Y'all, I'm so tired. I'm so tired. Hey, y'all. Welcome back to the shit show known as Two Girls.
No Fucks.
You are
Ashley Marie.
And I am Katrina. And today, go for it. This one was your idea, so let's get into it. What do we talk? Tell the people what we're talking about today.
We're talking about corporate America.
Good luck. We gonna need
Much
it.
like actual America, they can also go get fucked.
Facts.
To quote my daughter, as a business lady,
You are a business lady.
I work in quote unquote corporate America.
Mm-hmm.
This shit is so ghetto.
How ghetto is it? I know how
I
ghetto
laid
it
off
is.
21 people before the holiday season.
You didn't. Your corporate job did,
the
and
corporate
used
job
you
did, but they used
as
me
a mechanism to do their dirty work, which is absolute trash. Trash.
These the motherfuckers.
These are the motherfuckers, man.
I cried for what felt like forever as I served each individual person their papers. If I still believed in a Santa Claus, I would immediately put myself on the naughty list. I'd be like, nah, I don't even want nothing. I don't even deserve nothing. I'm good. I'm going to sit in the corner, wait for this to be over.
I mean,
The level of guilt that I feel that I shouldn't feel is disgusting.
yeah, I know you shouldn't feel that, but you are not wrong in feeling some kind of way about that, which is understandable. As someone who has worked in a corporate space for 20 years now, god damn, it's trash as an employee because you get the handbook, and the handbook tells you how you should act, react, and basically live in this workspace. Down to from your hair, to your clothing, to the shoes that you wear. Always have a smile on your face. Don't look like an angry black lady. Take that scowl off your face. Why don't you smile more? All that shit. Having to evade creepy white men in said spaces because white men be wild. Sorry, Mertz. I know I'm not talking about you, but white men in corporate America be wild.
White men are wild.
Like legit wild. And having to evade those spaces, having to set boundaries while
With
constantly
strangers.
having those boundaries tested and crossed
Every day.
every day. Yeah, it's trash out here. And then you do all the things in the handbook to the best of your ability, but because you are who you are, they will find ways to like not give you merits for the good work that you're doing. It's, oh, but you didn't do this. It's like, wait, but I did 9 other things on this 10 checklist list, and you're penalizing me for that one thing. Well, yeah, that would get you the highest of high, but I've completed 9. What are you talking about? So, yeah. I have a story about that same scenario, which I will get into, but go ahead. You got something on your heart. You need to get that off. Go ahead.
No, that just made me think like the standard is different
For everybody.
for everyone.
Don't matter.
So we complete 9 things on the checklist and it's not good enough.
No, because we have to work twice as hard and 3 times as much as our white counterparts to get 50 cents on the dollar. If we're lucky.
Sometimes.
So, you know, like it's absolute trash. It's trash. Story time. So I had a white boss when I worked at MIT. Many people know who this man is. And there were multiple times that I had set clear boundaries with him. Like do me a favor. The way that my desk was set up, it was really weird. And I was trying to get maintenance up to like switch my shit around because we live in a time where kids come in and shoot shit up. Like my back is to the door. I don't like this. I need to face the door. But because of that, he would come up from behind me and just stand there. And I'm like, that's not cool. I need you to back up. Like, please stop doing that. And then continue to do that while I tell his boss that this is a problem for me. They have a talk, and then he does it again. So it's like, what are we doing? What are we doing? This man made my life at MIT for the 6 years that he was there. I was there for 9. He made it an absolute living hell for me. There were multiple times. I mentioned this before. Like, he had me seriously consider driving off the Tobin multiple times because I'm like, this is bullshit. And I was telling Rich earlier, I'm like, my ancestors were like, don't do it, baby. He doesn't deserve that. So it's just like, all right, fine. I guess I'll fucking stick around. But it's so degrading. It's so frustrating to deal with men in this space who get their nuts off by having a little bit of power over the rest of us. And it's just like, for what, guy? For what? So you can suck the man's dick? Like, I don't get it. I don't get it. But I'm also not a mediocre white man. So that's part of the reason why I don't get it. I don't move in that headspace. So
next week we'll be auditioning for mediocre white men to come and tell us what it's like. Okay, come tell us all about your struggles.
The application will be linked on our Instagram. Application fee $50, non-refundable.
Yep,
you're welcome in advance.
We
have to pay for the studio time.
Yep.
Oh,
if we get multiple applicants, we'll get a bigger room.
Oh, let me screen these motherfuckers.
Yeah, I just
corporate America is
here.
Such trash.
Up until recently, most of my interaction has been with mediocre white men.
Yeah,
I'm now treading in the territory of like white women. Okay.
Oh, they're just as bad, if not
worse.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. Oh, tell him.
I don't know why y'all feel the need to stand on my neck to get where you need to be.
You don't.
But I could go to Target and buy you a step stool. Like, you don't gotta. You could just leave me out of this. Please.
No, don't even get them a step stool because they get more money than you, so they can afford it. Fuck that.
I'm just trying to be here and make my little money, get my little health insurance, buy my kids some nice things sometimes, pay for the house that they live in. Mind my goddamn business.
Hello, somebody.
And y'all be wrapping me up in your fucking shit all the time.
So, once upon a time, not that long ago, I worked for a VP who was a white woman. I can't even say is a white woman. And by the time this episode comes out, I'll have already been through what I'm about to say. But in my time working for her, I was her executive admin. And she would constantly tell me that I was doing X wrong. Okay, so how do I fix X? Well, that's something for you to figure out. No, because I've tried multiple different ways and every time it's not the way you like. So I need you to tell me what it is you need from me in order to do said job. So we don't need to have this conversation every time. And I said, I think our communication needs to be better. I think having weekly touch points would be key, be it 10, 15 minutes every week just to make sure we're all on the same page. She was like, actually, I don't think that'll be a good idea. Excuse me, what? Oh, okay. So this is another instance where somebody of the caucasity is making my life a living hell. Rather than staying in that space for as long as I did with the dude guy from MIT, I was like, you know what? I'm just going to go search for other jobs. So I ended up where I'm at now. Only to have to come in a full circle moment. I have a meeting with her next week for a project that I'm on. Okay. So I unpacked this in therapy. And
so she's at your new job? I'm just trying to get
I'm in the same company.
Okay.
So I'm in a different department.
Okay.
But my department, works with project management.
Which is
It
Yeah,
touches
okay. Got
every facet of the institute that I work for. So in having to meet with her, I was like, okay, I could do one of two things. I can ask my boss to give me an excuse to not be at this meeting. Have my cohorts take notes, I'll read them and be of help from a distance. Or I can plow through this shit and be like, you know what? The effect that you had on me does not affect the work that I do now. I'm always the fucking bigger person. I'm going to be the bigger person again because I don't need you affecting me and mine and having my boss and her people think I can't handle tough situations despite the history that I have with you.
So what did you decide on?
Oh, I'm going to the meeting.
Yeah.
Oh, we're going. We're not going to do all these niceties like, oh, how you been? Da-da-da. Nope. Here's what I'm here for. Here's the agenda. Let's get it cracking.
Step on that bitch neck. Yeah. I'm here for that.
With her fucking kitten heels. Anyways.
Yes.
Bullshit.
So
I got a quick question.
Go for it.
Did she do the white person thing where you were like, yo, I think you had a good idea? You're like, I think the touch point thing would help us with this. Did she do the white person thing where she was like, that's not a good idea? And then like 2 weeks later, she
Made
was
it
like,
her idea.
yo, I got an idea.
I'll get back to you on that.
Okay.
I'll let you know if that happens.
Seems like she might have done that.
I feel
probably
like
gonna
she,
do it.
well, and here's the gag. Since I've been there, so I have been away from that office at this point almost 2.5 years. In the 2.5 years I've been gone, she's already had 5 admins. So that tells you everything you need to know about her. Like, it wasn't me that wasn't doing the work appropriately. You don't know how to relinquish control of certain aspects. Like, you're doing entry-level shit as a VP. That's not for you to do. That's why you have a staff to do these things for you, whom, by the way, are all fucking smart. They all understand what they're supposed to do. Like, some people just have a problem of relinquishing control, and that's for her to figure out with whatever entity she believes in and a therapist, because I know this company pays for it because I go to one every week. So I'm not trying to hear it. I'm not.
So I currently have a male boss. He's
Ugh.
my immediate superior.
Bleh. Sorry. Bleh.
Now, before this, there was someone in between him and I. There was, it was a female, and she's no longer with us. She didn't die. She just apparently died for our company because, you know, they don't talk about her. She doesn't exist. Whatever. He's not my boss. When we had our first one-on-one, I touched base and briefly was like, hey, look, there seems to be, you know, some confusion or some disconnect where I was made to believe that you don't like or respect me, so I want to clear the air.
I was holding my breath the whole time. When you were like, she's no longer with us. Like, what do you mean?
No, she just...
What?
So...
Anyways, go ahead.
I'll touch on that in a second.
That's fine.
So I was trying to, you know, Michelle Obama and go high and...
Oh, God.
There's this disconnect where, you know, you don't like or respect me, so I want to know that this isn't true, so I just want to clear the air.
Sure.
This man says, oh, that's a complete misconception, and goes on and on and on. 3, maybe 4 weeks later, this man puts me on a performance action plan. If someone is put on a PIP, you are on the fast track to be fired. I have now worked for this company for over 5 years.
What?
I will be damned.
Yeah, no, that's not happening.
I will
no, fuck
be
that shit.
damned if they fire me. Now, mind you, he puts me on this performance action plan. I am a very curious little human, so I have to ask all the questions all the time. So he's like, so he gives it to me, and the cover letter says, you know, the general manager is responsible for blah, 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 and blah, 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 and blah, blah, blah. And I go, so is this for the restaurant or is this for me?
Right.
He goes, well, it's for the restaurant, but someone needs to be responsible. Okay.
So shouldn't he be
So
the one
is
responsible for that?
just my restaurant getting this? No. Well, everyone's areas are getting this.
No, they're not.
They're not.
No, they're not.
Because did I go and ask everybody?
Of
You
course
bet
you
I
did.
did.
Of course you did.
You bet I did my fucking research. It's just me.
Is this boss white?
Yes.
Of course it is.
Shocking.
And yet not. Ugh.
I am not given the tools that I need to succeed.
But you're a black woman. You're expected to figure that shit out.
Do work outside of my job classification, my job description to succeed.
Mm-hmm. Working twice as hard for pennies on the dollar. I hate it here.
Understand.
I fucking hate it here. Like, what do you mean? It just...
In a room when we have to have a directors and above meeting, I stick out like a sore thumb.
Of course you do.
Because of the way that I look. We had to sit at a board table 2 days ago now. I'm at the end of the board table. Now, mind you, not saying that I'm the only person of color there.
Right.
But I'm the only woman of color.
Oh, I know what that feels like.
I'm the only woman with any sort of melanin.
Yep.
There's
Also,
we have
know
a
what that
sushi,
feels
we have a
like.
chef. She's Asian, but
It's not the same.
it's definitely not the same.
It's
and
not the same.
if there's some Asian people out there who can explain this to me, why do
The
you're
proximity
of
to
an
white-
ethnicity that's
Yeah.
not white, but white people don't treat you like shit? Explain
No,
that to me.
Because the proximity to whiteness makes them a safer option. Colorism is a motherfucker, man. It really is. It's trash.
It's insane.
So what happened to this? Is it Pip or Pap?
So I had 3 checkpoint dates in the body of the PIP, and then 3 days that we were meeting one-on-one to discuss
An action plan? Jesus Christ.
if I met the requirements.
That's some bullshit.
It was fails, meets, exceeds.
Okay.
The first 2 meetings, I met the expectation.
Okay.
I had my last meeting
Excuse me.
4 days ago. He proceeded to sign the area where he's supposed to sign and then push me the paper to sign where I'm supposed to sign, but didn't write meets, fails, meets, or exceeds.
So you didn't sign it?
I didn't sign it.
Of course not. I'm not signing something only for you to mark this shit up after the fact. Get
Yep.
the fuck out of here. What I look like? No, ma'am. No,
But now I'm
ma'am.
just waiting.
Yeah. Like,
to
what's
see
going to
what
happen?
happens. And like
Did you ask, like, why
he
wasn't
he then
one of the
got on a
markers?
phone call. My time is not respected. Like he doesn't
of
mute
course.
his phone or silence his phone rather. He doesn't tell it like it's blocked off in his calendar, but
Who is their boss? Do you have a rapport with them?
no, she's a terrible human being.
Oh,
yeah.
God.
So, dear females in corporate, do not make your female employees, your female coworkers, feel like they're less than you. The men already do that enough.
But also, like, we're not family.
But-
I might spend a lot of time with you. You not, like, you know
We're-
how people say,
we're
like, oh,
not,
it's my
but
work family.
Have
No.
respect for them.
Yeah.
We understand that you have your quote unquote favorite people. I have my favorite people that work for me too.
Also that.
But I never make anyone feel that.
Yeah. Because why would you do that?
The sense of enthusiasm that she gets when she says hello to other people that are not me, I feel in my soul.
Have you called her out on it? I've done that before.
She's the president.
I don't care. I've done that before. I'm like, every time you walk in here, when so-and-so will walk into the office, they'll be like, hello, Katrina. Hey, so-and-so. Hey, so-and-so. I'm like, did I piss in your Cheerios? Like, what? Why are you so excited to see everybody else but not me? I'm the first line of this place. And that's how you treat me? That's pretty shitty. I didn't say shitty, but I was like, that's pretty sour of you to do that. And they changed their tune. Because you're not going to have me fucked up in this space. A space I don't, first of all, I don't even want to be here.
Nope.
But I have to because I got bills and shit.
Yep.
Like, miss me with that shit. And it's that whole, what do they call it? It's the golden handcuffs theory, where, for those that don't know, you can have all of these fun little benefits, if you will. You got relatively good health insurance. You get PTO. There's a little bit of flexibility here and there, but your pay is shit. But look at all these benefits you get. Look at all this that you get. Look
But
at
you've
all we
been here
provide
for
you.
a while.
But you've
You're,
been here
like,
for a
middle of
minute.
the
Yeah.
road.
Yep. There is a glass ceiling that I can't that's been reinforced with invisible cement. I just can't break through it. For whatever reason it is, I just can't seem to get through this space after 20 years in the game. I'm sitting next to people who have just entered the game. And it's like, what?
We could not break the glass ceiling with Thor's hammer. It's just
Oh,
impossible.
meow, meow. That'd be nice, but it's not going to happen.
We can't.
We're not worthy. Essentially. So, there's that. I hate it here.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. Corporate is trash. I actually, speaking of another trashy story, so once upon a time when I lived in Miami, I worked for a school down there. And I was an enrollment counselor, which they like to dress up as, oh, it's not, commission based, but you get money, extra money for certain number of students that you have enrolled. And because I didn't have a lot of students that were enrolled, because in my head, education is education. You either want it or you don't.
Yep.
If you're not about it, then you're not about it. I'm not here to convince you of that, but that's the mission of said school, is to make it that. I walked into my boss's office after he had called me in there for a meeting and said, if I had your enrollment numbers, I would want to kill myself. Yeah, sit with that for a second. Your boss tells you, based on your performance, which, by the way, even though I didn't have a lot of students enrolled, the ones I was working with were fucking top tier, but that's not enough.
So I think that falls into the category of like super uncomfy, like your potential future boss hitting on you in your interview process.
Yeah, right, exactly. And then when I left a few months later, I moved back home. This motherfucker wants to friend me on LinkedIn. No. Please leave me alone. Please leave me alone. I don't need none of that shit. You got me fucked up. I declined that shit so fucking quick. I was like, absolutely not. Yeah. Bosses are horrible.
Wow.
Bosses are horrible. And bosses are the reason why. And it's usually not... Sometimes, depending on the company, I've worked for quite a few. The companies themselves, not horrible. It's the bosses that are absolute trash. And I think I read a stat too, like 80% of people leave their job not because of the company, it's because of their boss. It's like, y'all need to like figure that out. And actually, we have the system that I'm in now. We actually do these, their colleague feedback models. So it's not just doing check-ins throughout our projects with the people we're working with, but we also do that with our supervisors. And we tell our supervisors what you could be doing better. What do you need from me? Here's what I need from you, supervisor. Here's the support that I need, all the things. They get together in their little supervisory meeting and figure out a plan on how to make that happen. Why other places don't do that, I have no idea. Because it's a system and it works.
Hello, my place of employment. You listening? You listening, motherfuckers?
Like, have that review go up. Like, if you manage people, they should be able to review you.
Everybody that
Dead
works
ass.
above me is at least 15 years older than me. At least.
Jesus.
Okay?
So they're dinosaurs. That's great. Essentially.
They're older than me.
Yeah.
The president is
They're
like
in their
definitely
50s.
Definitely
Yeah.
up there.
Wow, you 15 years away from 50? I'm sorry. That was inappropriate.
Yes, I am.
Girl, I'm single digits away from 50, so I get it. It's fine.
But you had all this time
to figure it out.
to figure out basic people skills.
Yeah. No, because people... Here's part of the problem is there aren't enough people that call other people out on their bullshit
Because
professionally.
people are afraid. Specifically, minorities are afraid.
Oh, yeah, because they could get let go at any point, and especially
If
when you live in
I
other
look
spaces.
upset, cry, have something going on in my personal life that I can't regulate my emotions for, I am acting aggressively at work. It's how it's labeled.
That's such trash.
Does not matter what emotion it is, it's aggression.
Because you're black. Black equals aggressive in a workspace.
And I know that you do it too, a lot of times we joke because it's the only way we can cope through whatever we're dealing with.
Absolutely.
So I tend to make a decent amount of jokes.
I have to. Otherwise, I'll cry all the time. All the time.
Or if I start to feel uncomfortable, that's what's going to happen so I can regulate not feeling like all of y'all are staring at me.
Yeah. It's so uncomfortable.
When I began this job 5 years ago, this job fucked with every single portion of my life. It fucked with my self-esteem. It fucked with my pockets, for sure. It fucked with my self-esteem because I didn't look like my coworkers.
That is the worst.
And the handbook didn't tell me to look like me for this job.
Yeah. Yeah. That's trash.
My boss at that time had told one of the girls that I managed that she needed to tame her hair because it was too much.
Fuck off. You don't get to tell me how my hair decides to act. Some days it wants to curl, other days it wants to stick northeast. I can't help that. No amount of product, water, doing everything. They don't understand because your shit's flat. Flat. Get the fuck out of here. Ugh. And when did that Crown Act? That Crown Act was like a couple years ago. Couple of years ago.
But even before this job, just like in my life history, the United States Army.
God, I can only imagine the shit you had to deal with that. We got to do an episode on
As we can
that, bruh.
see, if you haven't looked at our Instagram or seen me in person, I have a full head of hair on this dome piece.
Yeah, you do.
It would take me upwards of 15 minutes to slick back a bun.
I was
in
going to
this
say like 15 to
motherfucker.
20 minutes
Yep.
easily. Yeah.
And then I would have a sock in the back. And then I would have a migraine by the end of the day.
Yeah, of course.
Every day.
Yeah.
There was me and my still to this friend, the day friend Jen would share. They're probably like 30-ounce tubs of gel. Mm-hmm. We would go through it in about 7 days.
Easily.
So we just started pulling our resources and getting it together.
That's all you can do.
Cool.
Especially when you're
All
going
right.
through tubs of gel like that. God damn.
Every day. Between the heat in foreign countries,
Yeah.
having to shower. Like, yeah, we only wash our hair once a week, but this shit, I could clank my non-existent fingernails on my hair. It was that crispy.
Yeah. It's tough. It's tough out here.
Because if I had one curl out of place, I was getting in trouble. And
That's
it
so
was mass
trash.
punishment, so everybody was getting in trouble.
Yeah.
But now at my big age, I don't know what's worse.
Yeah.
The structure of the United States military or corporate America.
You think the two are kind of opposite sides of the same coin?
Yeah, I feel that.
sure.
Because
I feel like the schools and prison systems are kind of the same thing.
at some point, I would have been due for a promotion or put into a position to work towards that promotion.
Yeah.
And someone who did not deploy and was not a woman of color or was not a person of color or a woman was put in that position. And then they told me it's because he went to college and because he had a college degree. At this time, I did not. I had not completed college, so I did not have a college degree. I sat with that for a long time.
I believe you did.
So I have the life experience, but that doesn't matter because he has a piece of paper.
Yep.
Cool. Okay.
Yeah.
And then, it makes you question your worth.
Of course.
And so sometimes I'll have moments of that in this job.
Mm-hmm.
Like you put in time,
Yeah.
effort, you accomplish, or,
You hit all the things.
overcome all this shenanigans for what?
Yeah. You checked all the boxes, and yet
You
that one box
you
that
check-
you didn't
Because the box you'll never be able to check.
ever. Ever.
Unless I get a job where no one sees me.
Yeah, no, because even those jobs are trash.
But
I've had one of those,
no one
too.
sees me, and they only hear my phone voice or my polite email etiquette.
Yeah.
Why? So I can present white so that you have more respect for me.
Yeah. It's trash.
It's still going to be a little off because I'm a lady.
Also that.
But if I change my name to Andrew, we're fucking in business.
And then there's that. Oh, shit. We gotta go.
Oh, okay.
Oh, crap.
Sorry.
No, you're good. No worries. Yeah, if you made it this far, kudos to you. Thanks to the Bridge Sound and Stage and Mertz. Woo, woo. Killing it on the other side of the soundproof glass. Follow us on all the socials at Two Girls No Fucks. Leave the U out. Throw a little asterisk in that bitch. We are all trying to pay bills. We are all trying to survive. The world itself is tough. Work should not be.
Yep.
Leave us alone and mind your business. Clean this shit up and brush your teeth. And we'll see y'all bitches next week.
Bye.
Yeah, that shit is wild. Like
Have
that
some
happened.
respect for me and pay me a livable wage, you fucks.
Well, that happened when I was at MIT. My boss had a credit card that the kids would use to like buy stuff for their student groups. And I went and reconciled. It was $40,000 worth of stuff that was unreconciled. I found 20 grand and reconciled that. But because I didn't find the other 20 grand, that was the problem. I'm like, but I spent 2 months finding 20 grand and you mad about the other 20 grand that I just